bad as it looks. Okay. Oh, I forgot the brakes don't work. That's no good. Well, that's my own doing. As you could tell there, not only did I get another bug in the eye, lost my water, lost my tripod, and well, that's sort of a reminder. I got to either slow down, fix the brakes, or fix those bumps. Anyways, we'll get to that one day. Let's head on in here. Get that stuff picked up in just a minute. First and foremost, welcome back. You guys know exactly where I'm at. I'm out here at the Sawmill, having a look over my right shoulder here. You guys can see I did a little bit of chipping since you've been back, and well, you might have seen that. You might not have. If you haven't, be sure to check it out. I've got the offcut, the slabs chipped up. A few pieces here on the ground I still have yet to pick up, and for all you guys out there who are saying, get out there and clean this stuff, I will. Just haven't got to it yet. I'm a busy guy. On the right, you can see we still got some logs. That's what we're doing today. I got 4 logs that I want to make into 6x6s. And so I'm going to get this fired up here. And by this, I mean my sawmill in just a minute here. I got to pick out some logs that'll make 6x6s first and foremost. And we should have a few in there. So I'll get those rolled down here onto the sawmill. We'll get the sawmill fired up. We'll make those 6x6s. And I'm going to show you one other thing. Here's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to talk about lubrication today. One thing that I can say is I've never used anything except water and this stuff. Windshield washer fluid in the winter in that sawmill for lubrication. Well, that's going to change today. I've been doing a bit of reading like many of you guys do, and well, you can read a lot of things online, and some of it's good and some of it's half good and some of it's not good. Some stuff I've been reading has been telling me that if we get into material, lumber, logs rather, that is a bit pitchy, like some of my spruce and pine and all that sort of stuff, I could put a little bit of dish soap into my lubrication tank in order to get rid of that pitch. I've read that before and I've read it recently. Today I'm going to actually try it and see if it makes much of a difference at all. As I mentioned a few moments ago, I typically just run pure water in the warm months, and so this will be completely new to me. I'm going to tell you what I think. I'm going to cut 2 logs with pure water. I'm going to cut 2 logs with water and dish soap. You guys can tell me if you think it looks like it's making a difference, and I'll tell you what I actually think. And we'll have something to sort of go on. If it's good, I'll keep it. If it's not good, I won't ever talk about it again. That's what we're doing today. I'm glad all you guys are here, and let's fire this thing up. I think I need to get my old eaves trough system back into place. I used to collect the water with eaves troughs, and basically the water ran off the roof, and then I just used a big barrel, used a drill with the pump to pump it into here, and then I didn't have to haul this all the time. Obviously that is not the case at this point. I'll get that other unit reattached in a bit. Topping it up with pure water here, and we'll run our 2 logs, we'll see how it does, and then we'll go back to what I read online. It might be a bad thing, but we'll go back and we'll add some soap to it and we'll see if it cuts any better. Whoa dear. Okay. All right, guys, well, we got two 6x6s cut, and you can see them down here on the ground. We'll get them loaded up and moved out of here eventually. These are here so I can compare with the next two logs we're about to cut. They're the same species. They're both balsam fir. We're going to compare all 4 logs, 2 with just pure water lubrication, and 2 I'm about to cut with this stuff right here. We're about to add a teaspoon of some palm olive. So here's some just regular dish soap. I got the big container here, as you can tell. We're just going to use a very small amount of that, 1 teaspoon, for an entire container of water up here in the lubrication tank. So I'm going to refill this right to the top. 1 teaspoon goes in, and we'll fire up, and we'll see if there's any difference in terms of how this thing cuts. I've never done this before, so it's a bit of a scientific experiment for me. Just so you guys know what we're working with, here's what the blade looks like beforehand. Okay, so this is just pure water. And then you guys take a good mental note of that, and then we'll see what it looks like after with some dish soap. Here we go. Hey, that's not too bad. Have a look at that. Whoa, don't spill any. Okay. Let's fire that thing up and see how it works. All right, guys, well, we did all the cutting we're going to do for now, and let's just have a look and see if we can tell a difference here on the blade. Now, the blade, from what I can tell, is quite a bit smoother now that I'm using a little bit of soap in the water as compared when I had just pure water. That is definitely something you can feel here. I don't know what you guys think if you get a good look in there, but I can definitely tell the difference. Now, let's go and have a look at the actual logs themselves. Just a moment ago, we cut 4 6x6s. And just get a good look down here. You guys can see we got all 4 of them here. And on the far side here, these were cut with just water. On the right, these were cut with water and 1 teaspoon of that Palmolive dish soap. What I can tell you is these did cut just a little bit easier than these 2 on the right. Now, I know some of that's going to be the placebo effect where you think something is different, but I'm pretty certain because I tried to pay pretty good attention on that second log, and I think there is a difference here. And there is enough that I'm actually going to go ahead and start using a bit of dish soap in my water from here on out. If I notice that something bad happens, I'll be telling you guys about it. But just from the onset here, I think it is worthwhile, and so I'm going to do it. And some of you guys are out there probably saying, "Ah, forget the dish soap. I use kerosene or diesel fuel or brand A, brand B, mixture A, mixture B." And that's just fine, and I'm sure it works really, really well for you. My only concern with that is this. Woodland Mills doesn't suggest you use diesel fuel or kerosene or anything like that. And so that's sort of the first strike against that stuff. The other thing that is going against that for me is here in Canada, last time I bought diesel fuel for my tractor, the price was, I think it was $1.20 Canadian per liter or $1.30, somewhere in there. So if you do a bit of quick math, that works its way out to just under $5 Canadian per US gallon, and that's not exactly inexpensive. And so I'm definitely going to save that money, put that diesel fuel into my tractor if I have an alternative like dish soap, which is definitely not $5 per US gallon. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me here today. As you can tell, the black flies are just about to start biting, so I'm gonna have to start either drinking more coffee, working faster, or wearing a bug suit. Guys, I appreciate you watching. Get out there, make some sawdust, cut some logs, and I'll see you next time.